Hello folks, welcome back to the Urban Rider Studio, where today I have a jacket from the company Belstaff. This is an updated version of the Belstaff Ariel for 2024, and it adds to their already impressive lineup for this year. We've got a whole load of new designs and some other updates as well across the range. As a quick summary, the biggest updates to this version are that it has a higher safety rating, which is great to see. We always suspected they were capable of achieving slightly higher, so this now has a CE AA certification, and you'll be very glad to hear they've actually come down in price as well over the outgoing version. So they are now £395, which I believe is around £100 less than the previous version. It's always great when you're getting more value for money. We have them in the colours black and racing red, as you can see with the one in the studio. I have to say, this deep red looks really good in the flesh. Where does this sit in the Belstaff lineup? So this is a lightweight, very simple design, and I would probably liken it to something like the Roberts, for example. It's a shorter jacket as well, so it's probably also got some crossover with the likes of the Brooklyns or the New Convoy even from them, but it definitely has its own look and style. Also, I'd say some similarities with the likes of the Crosby, which is again, a relatively simple design. It doesn't have things like quilting on the thicker sections on your elbows and shoulders, for example. So it could be described as a slightly less busy design as well. Either way, it's always been really popular for us, so it's great to see it back. Speaking of the lightweight nature of it, it uses an 8-ounce British Millerain technical waxed cotton. And British Millerain is a well-established name. It's definitely got its own pedigree, even outside of the Belstaff name that this holds. And being 8-ounce, it's a comfortable kind of weight. It's got a decent substance to it. When you are spending for something a little bit more premium, you want it to have a satisfying quality, satisfying weight to it. And I would argue that Belstaff generally do. It's a really nice feeling fabric. You will find other wax cotton jackets out there. You will find impersonators or imitators of probably more like the Brooklyns actually in terms of the overall style of the jacket. You don't see too many that look similar to this. But there is always something with a Belstaff jacket, I would argue, where the choice of fabric does elevate it above a lot of their competition. One of the things I always point out is just that the wax coating to it doesn't come off as readily on your fingers. So whatever treatment or method they use to apply it to it, it's a little bit kinder, a little bit more subtle and delicate, I would say, but it still offers the water resistance, which is great with a waxed item like this. So water will bead up on that fabric, it won't sit on it too long, and it takes much longer for the outer fabric to wet out, so to speak. So you'll be more comfortable, and it will hopefully keep you a little bit warmer as well if you are caught in rain. Now, the outer fabric is water resistant. The jacket actually is fully waterproof, so it has got a waterproof membrane on the inside to back that up and make sure you're fully covered. You can see thicker reinforced sections at your shoulders and your elbows to make it tougher in that area. As I mentioned, it does have a CE AA certification, and you've got Armour on the elbows and shoulders as well included. That's D30. It's always a reassuring brand to see attached to any of your jackets. And it's got a pocket for a back protector if you want to get one. The fit on this, if you're familiar with Belstaff, is the same as the previous version, and it's the same as a lot of their other jackets as well. And that's to say that we've got the large on this occasion on the mannequin. He's a 40-inch chest. For me personally, I would be wearing the medium. I'm a 38-inch chest. If you follow the links in the description to our website, you will find our size guide as well to help you out. The metal details have an antique look, and they're all really smooth to interact with, and it might make me sound a little bit boring, but I have got a preference when it comes to zips. I have my favorites, and Belstaff is definitely one of my favorites, just because it is so smooth, it doesn't snag, it's just really nice to interact with. And they're a nice kind of size as well. Even through gloves, you can use these really easily. The roller on the zip there feels really nice in the hands as well, and it's this knurled metal. And if I unzip that, I'll show you the inside now, but the snap around your neck as well is another point that I like specifically on this jacket, because it has this snap here to fold back on itself and secure it in place, as well as this little fabric loop. Obviously, if you don't want that across your neck and you don't want it to get in the way, you can just fasten that open. And then if I open the jacket, you will notice the rubber coating to the bottom snap there to be kind to your paintwork. And the collar is an oil-resistant corduroy. It is something you will find on a lot of their jackets, and it ages really well. It does not tarnish easily at all. That's also found around your wrists. You can see this signature check lining on the inside, and you'll see this gutter, this channel to stop water from getting past the zip. Obviously, this isn't a waterproof zip, although the jacket is waterproof. So if the water gets past there, it will hit this channel here and be filtered all the way down and out without making you wet underneath. Not quite as much fabric as you'll find with the Trailmaster or the Brooklyns, which are a little bit more industrial in their waterproofing, but certainly enough for most people in the sorts of conditions you'll be riding in this jacket. You've also got some vents actually under your arms. Very small amount of venting really, if we're being honest. So breathability is okay with this jacket, but if it's a really hot day, you'll probably want something from their lineup that has a mesh outer to be even more breathable. But in the majority of our riding season in the UK, this will be a very comfortable jacket. And then you'll see this Napoleon pocket on the inside there for your valuables, as that is underneath the waterproof liner. That's where you'll want to put something if you need it to be dry, just in case it's raining out and you need the pocket to be fully waterproof. The outer pockets are zip pockets, and again, they're going to be water resistant because you have this wax cotton outer, but not fully waterproof. I really like this design. It's still got Belstaff's heritage and somewhat classic look and aesthetic. I would argue possibly a little bit more modern looking than some of their other jackets like the Trailmaster or the Brooklyns. So it's great that they offer a few different styles, quite a few in actual fact, and obviously that is expanding even further this year. Links for this jacket or the rest of the jackets that I mentioned can be found in the description. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you soon.